Dmike, Brooklyn born and raised, born in Brookdale Hospital. Lived in the 90s till I was like about 11, 12. Lived on 96th Street, then we moved to East New York.
So what inspired you to become a rapper or to get into the rap game?
Well, when I was younger, this was like back in 94, 95, 96, those years. Every summer, my mom, she would drop me off at my cousin's house. Like I would always stay at my cousin's house, my aunt's house. And my older cousins, one of them passed away recently actually, Dwight. Him and Everett, they would always be like, yo, spit it, let me hear something, you know? They would always have me rapping and shit, you know, like, and these are the years that Nas is Illmatic, it was written. Reasonable Doubt came out like the year after, you know, it was around that time when, you know, the rap game was hot, you know?
Everybody wanted to be a part of it, right?
It wasn't even everybody wanted to be a part of it, it was just, the rap game back then stood for a lot more than it does now. And it's not even, I'm not even gonna say the blame is just on rappers, it's just the times have changed, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, back then, dudes was getting yanked out of their cars on the Jersey Turnpike and fucked up, you know? So it's like, it was a different time. And from then, I would always write, you know?
So when did you feel a calling? When did you feel the inspiration of continuously writing?
I mean, I just continuously wrote whenever, you know? Like, I would be in class and shit, I would write poems, I would write raps, I would write fucking haikus. Like, I was just... Right, I like the art of rhyming, I just didn't like writing, but for that I wrote, you know, like I'll be in class just bullshitting around, not listening to the teacher and just like
writing rhymes?
And being like a class clown and shit, cutting ass and shit, but I'll still like write rhymes and shit. But the teachers were mad because they couldn't like fail me, because I did all the work and I'm like,
So that inspired you dedicating more time to writing? Or?
Yeah, it was just something that I did, you know? It was something that it was like second nature, still is. Like I might not have a pen and pad, I'll have my phone and I'll write, you know?
So when do you feel to take it to the next level?
Well,
make it serious.
I recorded my first track when I was either 18 or 19. Recorded my first track. Because the thing was, like, a lot of studios that I would find, they'll be either asking for like wild bread, and I would get there and it's like, I don't think this is worth what I'm paying for it, or it'll be like sleazy dudes, man. But then I started interning at this producer firm, this firm that manages producers, and I got to learn a lot more about the game, and then I decided to start recording shit, you know.
What made you choose the name of Dmike? Is it something specific, or something life, or?
Well, growing up, my family, because me and my father, we got the same name, so my family, everyone in my family would call me Danny Mike. That's my first and my middle name, Danny Michael. So everyone would call me Danny Mike. My pops would call him Dan, you know. So that was always a name that was there. But like outside in my area in East New York, everybody knows me as Fresh. That's what everyone called me growing up in East New York, Fresh.
So you decided to choose Dmike rather than Fresh? Why?
It's a couple reasons why. I just decided, you know, I want music to be music. I want my life to be my life, you know. One influences the other, but at the same time, I don't want the two to
become one.
Yeah, I want one does influence, but I don't want them to crash into each other. I want those worlds to just spin alongside each other.
Continue flowing.
Exactly.
So how would you describe your flow?
My flow, it really depends on the beat, to be honest with you. Because Me normally, I'm honestly a laid back. When I'm spitting, I'm laid back. But at the same time, I've always been the type of person that listens to lots of different types of music. I listen to rock, I listen to reggae, dancehall, now I'm listening to electric, dubstep a little bit, but dubstep is kind of weird. So I listen to a whole bunch of different types of music, so depending on the beat I get, that depends on how I adapt my flow.
You feel any of those genres influence you?
Of course, because it's like if you listen to music nowadays, it's like everything is, in addition to everything kind of being dumbed down, sad to say, but it's like, for instance, I'm finding that when I listen to electric music, I don't feel like I'm losing brain cells, if that makes sense to you. Like that's one genre of music where I feel like it's actually a progressive thing right now. Like almost all other genres of music, it's like there's no thought in it. It's just, I don't know if it's because everything's been done or what, but I feel like the future in music is heading towards electric. If that makes sense.
Do you feel to like spark the rap back to how it used to be, or would you just flow with it how it's currently going?
I mean, Ben Franklin said that the father of innovation is necessity. So it's like for a lot of cats, they want to take the rap game back to where it was in the 90s and all that, but music itself it's kind of like the Constitution. It's an evolving entity, you know? So for you to say, you know what, let me take the Constitution back to simply the Bill of Rights, it's not gonna be a very productive thing, you know? Like if you're just gonna go backwards and just stay there in your comfort zone, that's not where you want to take anything, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, yeah, I appreciate things from back then. I still listen to music from back then. I still bump Wu-Tang. I still listen to old Jay-Z. Not Hov, Jay-Z. There's a difference. I still listen to Volume 1, 2, and 3, but it's like, things ain't gonna go back to that because times are changing, you know? Back then, people were getting pulled over on the New Jersey Turnpike just for being black. I mean, you know, times have changed, you know?
All right, well, it's my pleasure.
My pleasure also, sir.
Okay.